Located in the northwest of England, the Forest of Bowland area of outstanding natural beauty has many breathtaking walks. Given the name of the area, you're probably expecting that most of the walks are within forest and woodlands, but this isn't the case. The Forest of Bowland isn't actually a forest, with most of its landscape consisting of heather moorland, grassy hills, blooming meadows, rolling pastures, river streams, and charming villages. In this video, we'll show you 13 of the best walks in the Forest of Bowland, which explore many of the varied landscapes in this serene area. In keeping with our videography style, you won't find Beck and I vlogging in this video. Rather, through the lens of our camera, GoPro, and drone, we'll show you the highlights of the best walks in the Forest of Bowland, while I narrate and provide some extra information about the walks. It's all in the name of helping you find out more about the walks, so that hopefully one day you can go and explore the area. For even more information about these walks, including details about trail specs and access to digital maps, you can read our Forest of Bowland Walks blog post. You can find the link in the description below. Otherwise, continue watching. In the next chapter, we'll show you the most popular and well-known walk in the Forest of Bowland, the Pendle Hill Walk. Pendle Hill is one of the most iconic hills in Lancashire. To reach the vast plateau at the top of the hill, you'll need to conquer the notoriously grueling Pendle Hill steps. This involves climbing around 200 meters in just 1 kilometer. But rest assured, the majestic views of the Lancashire countryside ensure that the challenging climb is worth the effort. Pendle Hill is also steeped in an interesting history, one that involves witchcraft and mystery. You can learn more about the history of the area by doing the Pendle Sculpture Trail, which is another walk we'll show you later in the video. The Trough of Bowland is an immense valley and one of the standout attractions in the Forest of Bowland. To explore the Trough of Bowland, most visitors will either drive or cycle along Trough Road, which majestically pierces through the valley. You'll see footage of the scenic drive later in the video, but for now, let's look at a more intrepid and unique way to explore the Trough of Bowland. This involves doing a circular walk from Dunsop Bridge. By doing this walk, you'll get to experience the beauty of the Trough of Bowland in more intimate detail. You'll get a real appreciation of why the Trough of Bowland was once described as the Switzerland of England. The walk not only explores the valley itself, but also the stunning surrounding countryside. As mentioned earlier, we have written a listicle about all of these walks in the Forest of Bowland, where you can find more details about them. On top of that, we have also written blog posts about each specific walk in this video. In the description below, you'll also see links to all of these blog posts. So if you want to know more about this Trough of Bowland walk, you can check out the Forest of Bowland Walks blog for a brief review, or the Trough of Bowland Walk blog for a comprehensive overview. Named after the famous English writer J.R.R. Tolkien, the Tolkien Trail is a walk that will pique the interest of literature lovers and film buffs. That's because J.R.R. Tolkien spent much of his time writing the epic novel The Lord of the Rings in this area of Lancashire where the walk takes place. By doing this walk, you'll explore the landscapes that likely inspired many of the settings depicted in this popular story. The circular walk starts in the village of Hurst Green. Soon enough, you'll pass well-known places such as Stonyhurst College and Cromwell's Bridge before you eventually follow along the picturesque River Hodder. Whether you want a glimpse into the creative mind of J.R.R. Tolkien or simply want to enjoy the peaceful countryside, this is a great trail option in the Forest of Bowland. The circular walk of Parlick Fell and Snape Fell is one of our favourite walks in the Forest of Bowland. From Parlick Fell, you'll enjoy sweeping views of the area, and during times of good weather, especially on the weekend during summer, you might even catch sight of a hang glider or two. During the walk, you'll also enjoy fantastic views of Pendle Hill from a peak called Paddy's Pole. It's now time to check out scenes from the walk to Longridge Fell, which is actually the most southerly fell in the UK. The walk to Longridge Fell is quite short, so it's an excellent walk to do at sunrise. From the trig point at Longridge Fell, you could be watching the sunrise over the Yorkshire Dales. On a clear day, you can even see as far as the Lake District and Snowdonia in Wales. If you want to find details about another awesome sunrise walk in the Forest of Bowland, skip to the chapter showing the Bowland Knotts. Otherwise, sit back and enjoy the sunrise scenes from Longridge Fell. The Nicky Nook walk is a really lovely walk that takes place near the town of Scorton. After an initial climb, you'll soon enjoy far-reaching views of the surrounding countryside. You'll then have a trig point to bag before descending to Grisdale Reservoir. After walking alongside the reservoir and completing the walk, make sure that you stop in at the delightful Apple Store Cafe, where you can enjoy delicious local produce from the Lancashire area. Gisborne Forest is the largest forest in Lancashire and is home to a hidden waterfall. The Forest of Bowland Waterfall Walk, which is also known as the Gisborne Forest Waterfall Walk, visits a well-concealed cascade called the Bottom's Beck Waterfall. We highly recommend chasing this waterfall. Located along the southern edge of the Forest of Bowland, the Beaconfell Country Park is a wonderful natural space. The country park has a number of walking trails to follow. It doesn't really matter which exact route you follow, as long as you include a visit to the Beaconfell Trig Point, which is the highest point of the park and provides the best views of the area. After doing the walk, the Beaconfell Visitor Centre is also well worth a visit to learn more about the area. The Clougha Pike Walk is another excellent walk in the Forest of Bowland. One of the best aspects of this walk is the variety of landscapes and scenery. You'll walk through woodland and moorland, even passing old structures from an abandoned quarry. On top of that, on a clear day, you can enjoy mountainous views of the Yorkshire Dales, as well as coastal views of Morecambe Bay, and you'll see a glimpse of the city of Lancaster too. If weather conditions permit, you might even see some hot air balloons soaring high nearby. The Wolfhole Crag and Wardstone Walk is a roughly 22 kilometre walk that literally takes place in the geographical centre of the UK, which is impressive in its own right. But by doing this walk, you'll also reach the highest point in the Forest of Bowland, which is Ward Stone. Yes, Ward Stone is actually the highest peak in the area, not Pendle Hill. As well, Wolfhole Crag is the third highest fell in the area, so by doing this walk, you'll definitely visit many of the best vantage points in the Forest of Bowland. At both Wolfhole Crag and Ward Stone, you'll find areas of incredible gritstone rock formations that are also popular with climbers. Stock's Reservoir is one of the few reservoirs in the Forest of Bowland. So if you're interested in doing a relatively easy circular reservoir walk, and you also want to explore the Forest of Bowland, you'll want to do the Stock's Reservoir walk. The reservoir is located next to Gisborne Forest, so a decent day trip itinerary would be doing both the Stock's Reservoir walk and the Waterfall walk in Gisborne Forest, which we showed you earlier. The Bowland Knotts is a little known rocky outcrop in the Forest of Bowland. It provides some of the most scenic views in the area. Because this spot is fairly unknown, it's unlikely that you'll see many, if any, people there. I must say that watching the sunrise from the trig point at Bowland Knotts was one of the best experiences that Becca and I had in the Forest of Bowland. So if you can set your alarm clock early enough, we recommend you do the same and do this walk as a sunrise walk. You won't regret it. Otherwise, you can live vicariously through this video and soak up the incredible aerial views of sunrise as captured by our drone. Launched in 2012, the Pendle Sculpture Trail is starting to look a little worse for wear, but it's still a decent trail option for those looking to do an easier walk compared with the nearby Pendle Hill walk.